So, hello, Rebecca.
Hello, Marianne.
So, please tell me what brings you. But first, I would like to remind you the frame of this session. So everything we will, well, it's not really confidential because we will record this session.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, you are aware that this session will not be confidential.
Yes.
Okay. And we have a witness. So the witness is also aware that what we will do will not be confidential. Is it okay, Ross?
That's all good, thank you.
Okay. So the second thing I want to remind you, it's a teamwork. So I am the facilitator and I will look with you at your question, and we have decided together that we will use the logical levels from DILS applied or mixed with constellation, systemic constellation.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, are you okay with that?
Yes.
And when I say teamwork, it's very important to understand that I need feedback from you, and I'm not, I don't have any truths, but we look at what's happening and we learn together. Okay?
Great.
Okay, so now we are ready to start the session. So do you have any issue, question, problem you need to explore?
I think there's two things that are the most important at this time. One thing is, the first thing is my relationship with Arwen, and how it's quite difficult to communicate quite often.
Mm-hmm.
She's 15, she's just turned 15, and she is needing to sort of knuckle down a bit at school. And she says she is prepared to do this, and she talks about it, but she very rarely actually does it. And we've got into this dynamic of, like, whenever I ask her to do something or ask her if she's done it, and she just gets the right hump and refuses to do anything. And so I know that it's slightly to do with, I think it's a lot to do with communication. But also, yeah, I'm just, it feels like it's been an issue for a while, but it needs to be resolved as much as possible, because she's in her last year of school, basically.
Okay.
So that's one issue, but I think, do you think we could use that?
Yeah, we can start with that, because
Okay, brilliant.
I think with this issue, you have values, very strong values you want to communicate, to share with her, and to teach her some very strong values that you are really attached to. And I suppose you identify yourself with these values.
Yeah.
So I think it can be a good example for
Okay,
the
great.
levels. Okay. Okay, so now I would like you, I share the screen, but it's easier for you to go on your application.
Well, all I can see is my application.
Okay. So please, I would like you, if you can, to create a representative for yourself.
Okay. So create figure. Oh.
Yeah. And name it. So you click once on it and you have create name tag. So you can click on create name tag and write your name. Cool. Then you create another representative for Awen. And just by doing that, I have something coming up in my mind. What is your objective as a parent, a mom with Awen? Your purpose.
What is my purpose as a parent? I think to prepare her to be independent in this crazy world we live in.
Okay. Good. So we have the objective.
Okay. So do I make
yes
figure? Okay. Independence, is that my objective then?
So you just write Rebecca's objective.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know if independence is the right word. I think it's more, I don't know.
Autonomous.
Yeah, or resilient, or something that enables her to, you know, be herself without.
Probably.
Because it's quite tough. There's a lot of toughness out there, and I want her to still be able to be herself, but she needs to be ready to
yeah.
Anyway,
I have a question.
It's good thinking about my objective, to be fair.
It was interesting because I was thinking, okay, we go for the logical levels, but I need an objective. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I had cut. Okay, so resilient. I think, in my opinion, I don't know if it's yours, but she's already resilient. Because she's a human being, so she's resilient. So I think it's not an objective, but you could choose, instead of independent, autonomous.
Okay.
Do you like this word, or?
Yeah, I've just got a message up on my screen saying, oh, hang on, let's see. Saying the coach has left the session.
Ah.
I'm just trying to return to it. Sorry, Oriane.
Okay, I go. I go.
Oh no, it's here again. It's fine. She's already resilient because she's a human being. You are right.
But what's the difference for you between dependency and being autonomous?
Autonomous or like independent, because they're two different words, aren't they?
Yeah.
What does define autonomous? Because
for me, autonomous is the ability to name yourself, so to take the responsibility of yourself.
Yeah, that is the word I'm looking for.
The responsibility of herself.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think autonomous is the best word, because independent is I'm able to function without any help, any support.
Yeah, and that's not my and she's able to be autonomous.
Yeah, and I have another question. Which objective do you think Owen has?
I think she's a very social being, so her objective is to have fun. Yeah, and not to have any responsibility, I think. It's the opposite.
Okay.
And I don't blame her for that. Do you know what I mean? I really,
yeah, I know you.
I understand.
So, okay, so we can place also objective. So Owen's objective. And just by writing in this way, we don't put any projection. It's just an objective. We are not thinking, her objective.
Right, so it's objective. Her objective, yes?
Owen's objective.
Okay.
Naming. Very important. Cool. And now you can go on the little helper. So you see create figure, and on the top of create figure, you have
helpers, yes.
Yes, you click on it and you will see different circles and square. And so you can click on these circles or square or rectangles, and you choose one, maybe with one specific color, to for the logical level called environment.
Okay. Environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you click and it will appear.
Yeah. So if I just do that.
Yeah, I know this is not the good one.
Okay.
But it's nice, I know. It's a pearl.
Like water.
So
change figure. Yes.
Yes, the first square on the top, you have
okay.
Circle and square.
Okay.
So you click on this and you choose a circle or a square. You have the choice between the different shapes.
Okay, there it is.
Cool.
And what's this one called? Sorry.
Environment.
Environment.
And I invite you to place it on the table. And remember, you need to place like on a line. Imagine a line, and it will be the first place on a line. Yes.
Like if the line was going from top to bottom.
And you have six circle or square. Or...
Oh, okay, right, okay. Gotcha.
Okay. And you know, you can make it a little bit smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, size.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Beautiful. And if it's not, we can change.
Okay.
The second same function, you create like it's like putting some paper on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah, I
the
get it.
second is the behavior, not the behavior. Yes.
Oh. Ooh. What have I done?
Ah, the screen is not longer shared. Ah, yeah. Thank you, Ross. Sorry.
Okay.
The next one is abilities. Beautiful. And the next one is beliefs and values. Well, slash values, beliefs slash values. Beautiful. The next one is identity. And the last one is meaning. Beautiful.
Okay.
Cool. So now I invite you to take your own representative and place it on environment. Okay. And place your objective to where you want. You are
Environment and my objective. What, on one of those things?
maybe not.
Ah, right, okay.
But this is what leads you. Okay.
I can't even remember what's there. Can I see it from a different view?
Yeah.
I'll just do it. I'll just do
No,
it with...
you can use the helicopter view, so it will help you.
Right. Oh, that's better. I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. They're the same color as well.
Yeah, wow. Amazing. So I would like you maybe to turn yourself and look at your objective or something like that. So you can turn, you click on it and you have this thing, you see?
All right, okay, yeah, I'm with you. This is cool, this thing, isn't it? It's like playing a computer game.
Yeah.
Which I never do, so that's why I'm a bit
Yes. So
rubbish at it.
okay.
Okay.
So I invite you to click on center board, this helicopter, and I invite you to double click on yourself. Well, your representative. Double click. And just take some deep breath in and out. And I would like you to describe the environment where you are when you are connected to your objective.
The environment of my body, or
maybe it could be really your environment. What is surrounding yourself?
oh, so if I was connected to, if I'm connected to my objectives, which is kind of autonomousness. Well, I know that's not a word.
When you are talking with Arwen and you have this difficulty to communicate clearly what you are expecting from her and what's happening from her, so where are you? Is it at school, in your car, in your house, in the garden, in Greece, in UK, in Wales? I don't know. Choose a place where it's common to have this conversation. Okay? Can you hear me? Ah.
Oh, I fell off the session. Can you still hear me?
I am back.
Yeah, I'm back too. I'm waiting.
So I was asking you, where are you? When you talk about this with Arwen, commonly, where are you? And describe the environment when you are talking about this objective or asking her to do things or anything.
Okay, let's see. In our kitchen, in our kitchen, and often when she's got in from school, say, typically, we've come back from school.
Yeah, and give me some details. When you connect to this environment, is it bright or dark or not dark, in between? Is it
it's, well, at this time of year it's quite light depending on the weather outside, so either the lights on or there's, yeah, it's light in our kitchen. And
the sounds, can you hear anything? Can you hear sounds or music or talking or anything? Can you hear something when you connect?
Yeah, sounds, well, probably the dog is in there somewhere, bustling around, but overall in our kitchen it's silent. Maybe some bird song. There's no other sounds going on.
Can you smell something?
No, not particularly.
Can you see something?
Well, I can see Owen, and I can see like my kitchen. The mess that is my kitchen most of the time.
Ah, okay. Okay. So do you see anything that see or hear or feel or smell or taste anything unpleasant?
I do have a bit of a horrible taste in my mouth, it has to be said.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like quite bitter.
Bitter.
A bit sour. Yeah.
Sour.
Maybe sour is a...
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So this is your environment. So now I invite you to exit from your representative and move to behavior.
Okay. Which is the next one, is it?
Yes.
So I move my... Whoop.
Yes, to behavior.
Okay.
Okay. And you click again twice, so you will feel more connected. I hope. And describe what you feel now.
In my body, I feel like a little bit tense around my upper chest. And my shoulders are a little bit heavy.
And open your
my
eyes.
breath is a bit sighing.
Okay. And when you open your eyes and you are on the constellation,
Yeah.
in the constellation. So how is it?
Yeah, it's still those slightly same feelings. But when I open my eyes, I can't feel them as strongly. I can feel them much more strongly when I shut my eyes. Like,
it's interesting because when I open my eyes, what I see mainly it's Rebecca's objective coming nearer and nearer, closer than to me. Oh, it's like a pressure. Not you? Not for you? You see the Rebecca's objective.
I think it's like I can feel it at the back of my heart, like I'm so used to. I don't know, it's always there. So maybe I've got a bit numb to it, but maybe part of me wants to step backwards a little bit.
So yeah. Interesting information.
Yeah.
And now we need to explore a little bit your behavior. So when you are in this kitchen with Owen after school, how do you behave?
Well, I guess what she says about me is, you only ever ask me when you want me to do something. Yeah, this is what she said. I say to her, like, have you got any homework? What do you need to do this evening? And yeah, and we have this rule during the week that she's only allowed to have an hour on her phone, but she's always pushing and pushing and pushing that. So there's tensions like already before I've even said anything. So my behavior is like, get the job done, and then you can relax.
Get the job done, and then you can relax.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's enough.
Okay.
And I was remembering that if you want to move, you can click on move around on your left. You have an arrow pointing.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And you click on it.
Yeah.
Normally, if I click yes. So
ooh.
Yeah. So too much. That's okay. So backwards to
just
leave.
Head-butted.
Yes.
How do I stop it? Okay.
It's good. You are in the right place.
Where am I now?
Beliefs. So you can exit and click on the helicopter.
Okay. How do we do that?
And you can yes, you can move a little bit more because you are still on. I know you are on abilities. Okay, so good abilities.
Okay, so on the helicopter, let's move this a bit. So I need to go in the other view.
No, abilities. You stay on abilities.
Okay.
And you click twice and abilities. So about your abilities, it's how do you do when you are in your kitchen? Describe how you do things, how you talk, with which sound, which tone.
Okay, so I think I'm quite authoritarian and matter of fact about things. Like, I think I've got quite a loud voice. That's what Arwen's always telling me anyway.
Loud voice, authoritarian. So are you standing? Are you
standing?
Standing.
Always.
Always standing. And about your way, are you walking? Are you just standing?
Possibly walking, possibly doing something else as well. So I could be, I'm always doing, often doing something else. So I might be putting away shopping, or like doing this, doing that, making a cup of tea, whatever it is. I'll often be doing something as I'm talking. So walking around.
Okay. So now we can move. So do it, exit, go on the helicopter, and it will be easier to move you to the beliefs and values. So it's interesting because you reach your objective. And click on Rebecca and observe How is it?
Oh, hang on. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't even see my
Objective.
it's
This is
just
interesting.
part of me now.
Yeah.
I think it's always been a part of me since I was like a small person. I've always been responsible and autonomous.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because it's not your identity, it's about your values and beliefs.
Yeah. It feels like when I'm just right here,
Yeah.
I feel a little bit sad and weary.
Mm. Okay. So probably, well, we have two questions. Why it's about your beliefs, and for what is about your values. So we have two questions. Why is it so important
To
make or to encourage Owen to become autonomous?
I think it's I think it's a strange word, but just so that she can cope with things, this world we're living in. And it's I think it's not just about autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
It's about putting effort into things.
Mm-hmm.
Like working hard, like putting in effort to what you're doing so that you can get good results.
Mm-hmm. And the second question is for what? For what?
For what?
Yeah.
So that you can have a good life.
Okay, so you wish a good life for Owen.
Yeah.
And why do you think that working hard gives a good life?
I think it's about focusing on something that you want to achieve. It gives you satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the things that I've noticed with Arwen especially is like she really does want to succeed. She wants to do everything, like she wants to do it, but then if she can't do it perfectly the first time, she doesn't want to even try. It's like
perfection.
So there's this thing of just try your best rather than not trying at all, because then you get more satisfaction when you put some effort and it's not even, it doesn't have to be hard work, but when you know that you've tried your best in any given circumstance, you feel much more satisfied.
So you are saying using you are using you. I would like you to use I.
Okay. When I give things my best effort, then I can be satisfied that I've done whatever I need to do to the best of my ability.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that gives a level of satisfaction.
Okay. I think it's enough for beliefs and values, and you can exit, go on the helicopter and move to identity.
Identity. Ooh. And we're the same color.
Yeah. And observe that Rebecca's objective is behind you now. So you can click center board and click on yourself if you can.
And should I turn around?
No.
No.
You continue on the same line. So it's
that's.
So maybe you can put on the side so you can click double click on yourself.
I've just done that.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So how is it?
I feel really peaceful here.
Feel peaceful. And so what about your mission as a mom?
My identity and mission as a mum.
Yeah. Sorry.
I think when I haven't got the pressure of trying to get her to take responsibility, I just actually feel I just feel quite peaceful. You know, that everything's all right. Everything's all right. Because ultimately she's a really good kid.
Yes.
And she's got a lot of good qualities. Not even good, she's got a lot of interesting qualities. She's interesting, she's interested in certain things. And I think once school's out, it'll be so much easier for both of us.
It's nice to see how you feel when you are connected to your identity and your mission. And also it's behind you, this objective. It's not anymore facing you.
In my face.
Okay, so now I invite you to move on and go on the last one.
Meaning,
yeah.
And so should I look at the center view? So I'm just looking in front of me, or so just feel okay.
Do it. And observe.
Ooh. This is interesting. Like, so mostly I still feel quite peaceful, but I have a slight contraction in my throat. Like,
so yeah, here it's about your vision also. So the vision is about your role as a mom.
yeah.
What,
yeah, I think that, so overall I feel relaxed in my role, just this contraction around the throat, which is about communication, like the ways we communicate with each other, I suppose.
that's interesting, because
Yeah.
I have the answer where we need to go back, and but I would like you to turn. So
Okay.
exit, turn yourself on this place identity. And before moving, I would like you to give a place in the system to Owen and objective.
Okay, before I turn.
Well, you can turn first, but stay on identity.
Okay. Turn.
If you can.
I don't think it's moving. Why is it not moving?
I can do it for you.
Yeah, please. I'm
Okay.
getting discombobulated. And so I'm, oh, there we go. That's quite slow.
Yes.
It's like slow-mo, turning around, look over your life.
So where do you want to place Owen and objective?
Does it have to, should it be on one of those circles, or could it just be?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, and maybe you can also.
I might just move her about a bit and see where feels good. Right, and Arwen's objective.
Yeah, good. Yes. Okay, and the direction of the site is okay for you?
I might want to just turn it more into the middle.
Okay.
Let me see. Oh, I did it this time though.
Yoo-hoo.
Okay.
And the objective too, or not?
That would be standing on her left. No, I think it's okay. Right?
Okay. And what do you want to do with Rebecca's objective, your objective? Do you want to leave it there, or you can put on outside the logical levels?
Yeah.
You can.
It might give me a little bit more
it's interesting because you place Arwen fusioning, well, attached to objective, but you have a distance between you and your objective. It's interesting. So can you explain me why there is a distance between you and your objective and no distance between Arwen and our objective?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think because part of it's just one objective, I suppose, and I have more than one objective. For parenting, I think it's like just to have one objective is probably what I really love for her to be, is a well-rounded, happy person.
Okay.
And autonomy is part of that. Of course it is, because I feel like, you know, for me that's an important value. She doesn't necessarily think that. That's not her value. So ultimately I would like her to be happy and for our communication to be really good.
Good. Okay. So now I invite you to move and go back to environment. And turn yourself in order to be able to see all the levels.
Okay.
And here I would like you to change something in the environment. So you told me that you were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was quite light, the dog rustling around, no smell, birds. You were able to hear the birds, and it was surrounded by a little bit of mess, and you had an horrible taste in your mouth, like a sour taste.
Yeah.
So what do you want to change in this environment?
Well, a couple of things would be good, I suppose. One is just to be more present. So maybe just, even if Arwen's around the place, maybe just to sit down.
So it's already behavior, so you can move or place in between environment and behavior. Yeah, because it's still the kitchen.
Yeah.
But you can change something, like could be the light or the music, sounds, a good smell instead of no smell, or having a good taste in your mouth, maybe a cup of tea.
Yeah, I'd like to get rid of that taste in my mouth.
So choose something you want to change.
I think what would be nice is not focusing on the taste, but maybe just like smiling.
Smile.
So it's still to do with my mouth, but like I get into that a bit of a happier place and just be more present altogether, really. When I'm talking to Arwen.
Okay. So I think you can really place. I do it for you on behavior. Because you are more describing behavior. So this is the point where you can change something. It's about your behavior.
Yeah.
So being more present, sitting instead of standing.
And being just a bit lighter, I think.
Being lighter.
Yeah.
Anything else?
With behavior, I suppose what would, yeah, just the presence thing about,
Okay.
yeah, really just being more in my present, taking a few breaths, and then as if she does, you know, come back to me with a load of answers about why she can't do it,
Okay.
that I just don't bite.
May I ask you something?
Yeah.
You told me that she says so often, you never ask me. So what do you know what she wants you to ask about her?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost like a defense mechanism. So, because I do always ask her how she is, how her day's been, how like what's been going on.
May I give you a suggestion?
Yes, please.
Could you ask her what she would like you to ask her?
Okay, good idea.
Because you ask so many interesting things, but it looks like she's absolutely not interested in your questions. And expecting for other questions, but you don't know at all about this question.
What the question is.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Good. Yes, I will ask her.
And how do you feel with that?
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Oh, cool. So are you ready to move to the next one?
Yes.
Abilities.
Abilities.
So this new type of question is a new ability?
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I think we can move and go to the belief and values.
Values. Is this to pull out some other values that might be useful?
Yes, you can find a new value, or maybe you have a value. What is so important in your relationship?
My primary value is for the relationship. Well, my primary value is freedom. So, like, that's really important to me.
May I add freedom?
Yeah.
Oh, the freedom. And I place just next to you. Freedom.
That feels good.
Okay, so how could you manifest this value in your relationship with Owen?
That's an interesting question. I don't know actually. So for me, I suppose freedom is a personal value of being able to do, being able to do what you want to do, be who you want to be, hang out with who you want to hang out with. And to give that, I mean, I am like, I'm trying, literally we've got to move house soon, and I'm trying to, well, I'm looking for somewhere where Arwen can actually have more personal freedom. She doesn't rely on me having to drive her everywhere. So she can make a few more choices for herself. So that, and that, even though it might not be best for the rest of the family, that's a really important way that I'm trying to give her more freedom. So that's at the forefront of my aims at this moment in time. So I suppose freedom is in that for her, to give her more autonomy, freedom herself to do what she wants to do without me having to drag her around everywhere.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you are ready to move to the next one. Identity. How is it to be a mom with freedom and presence?
I feel quite good. And my eyes are kind of wide open, and I'm just,
cool. So you can move to the meaning. So what about the meaning of being a mom with freedom and presence?
That also feels quite good in my body. I feel like it feels right. It fits with who I am, rather than this, dictator that she's turned me into.
Okay, so maybe you can step out of this line of logical levels and find a new place.
But it's quite like to. Whoa.
May I suggest something? Yeah, you are doing. Okay, well, well done. You read in my mind.
Yeah. I just wanted to be supportive of her, but not, So let me just move that a little bit more. Oh no.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and do you want the freedom on
yes. I was just thinking I need to move that.
Do it. Yes.
I just want it all around.
It's really free.
I just want it all around. So maybe it's not just in one place. It's it's bigger, but more. Let me have a look. Let me change, but make it more. Oh no, I can't make it more opaque, can I? Where did I see that? That was my imagination.
No, it's impossible.
Okay.
But okay, it's a representative, so just
Yeah.
Ah, yes, freedom supporting you.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so we can say that we are reaching the end. Is it?
Yes.
Is it right for you?
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you, Oriane. It's interesting.
So here I can stop the recording. Yeah.
Okay. Do we want?
Or we can record the exchange. So maybe Ross.
Yeah. Just get rid of the board.
So maybe before Ross giving feelings or point of view or anything, feedback, how do you feel now?
I feel much more free. Surprisingly, not surprisingly. I just feel much more ready to tackle like what I need to do, but without falling into like some sort of victimhood. So yeah, I feel quite empowered. So let's see.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Woohoo! So welcome Ross back if you want.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So how was it for you?
Yeah, it was really interesting to observe. And what I did was I tried to just write down what happened. So I had the positions of the DILTS bits, the questions that were asked by Oriane, the answers that were given by Rebecca, some of the changes of position that took place, the bits where I was a bit like, oh, I wonder what's going on here. So with some questions around it, and then some places where it felt like the sort of energy around things changed. So it felt like it was very quiet and slow and steady walking up through those places. It was really interesting that Rebecca noticed the significance of the colours, that the objective colour was the same as the place on the board and her identity colour was the same as her. And she was very relaxed when she reached that place, and she seems to be pleased about how those colours matched one another, like that made sense somewhere energetically that they would match in that way. I felt that Oriane stayed out of it all very much in the beginning. The questions were very sort of clear questions. They appeared to get Rebecca really to kind of focus in as Rebecca was talking through those positions, particularly on the behaviours, which I think is attitudes and behaviours. It can be really difficult not to feel guilty, particularly when talking about parenting. And I think that way of staying objective and thinking about the environment, the taste, the smells, what's happening, made it possible to really objectively see the situation without emotional entanglement in the situation, which was very, very helpful. I'm just going to quickly look at my notes and not look at you. Guys, hold on, give me a second, because I've got a document with that on. It was interesting trying to really focus in on the objective, and that really came to life when we got into the values and the beliefs about, is it autonomy, is it resilience, is it freedom? That was really helpful. And on the step back through, how can you manifest this value in your relationship with Arwen? There was a really big silence, the longest silence that had been there. And Rebecca answered with some really practical things, actually, that she's really changing lots of things in the environment and with everything for her to be able to do that. And then it all seemed to move very, very quickly. It had been very slow. And Oriane became quite a bit more directive, it felt, at that point. And moving back through the DILTS logical levels again, there was no need to stay in a place when it had moved on. So you didn't make her stay in environment because she was already in behaviour. So you moved quickly onto behaviour. There was some that kind of skipped through it. So it felt like that really honoured the fact that Rebecca had already done loads of the work in the stepping through the processes to start with. So you didn't have to labour that piece coming back. And then it felt like that shift had taken place. And when freedom was introduced onto the board, there was lots of laughter, lots of relief, lots of release. And it felt like that was the piece. And then it was lovely at the end to try to get off the board and for Rebecca to be able to put herself where she wanted to be, not on those levels. And that lovely piece of playing with the freedom bit that got bigger and moved around, and it was like, well, it can't settle because it's freedom and it's everywhere, but then actually it did settle, and it settled to support Rebecca. And then Rebecca felt such a lot of relief and freedom to be like, okay, I can do this because now we're kind of free of the objectives, but the values are there, and I can parent with the values without being the dictator. And that's what I was hating about it.
Wow, this is I like your summary. Wow. Thank you, Ross.